A while back, I was thinking about buying an old trailer, gutting it and fixing it up, making it more modern. And I wanted to put a lithium and solar system in it. And I wasn't quite ready to get the trailer and start doing that. But I did think I could get the lithium stuff and just put it in my house, and then I could experiment with it and use it as a mini backup power system for my house. And this was during COVID, so a lot of stuff was hard to get at the time, but I eventually got it cobbled together. Looks like that. I've got some solar that I can use, and so once in a while I go out and I test it. And I wanted a quiet way to be able to put a load on it, so I got two of these 300-watt bulbs, which is a 5 amp AC load, and it puts about 52 amps DC load on the system. But I was noticing I wasn't getting a lot of amp hours out of it. You can see here it's 288, and I would go out and discharge this thing and recharge it and resync it, and was just trying to get it figured out why that was happening. So I checked the battery voltages, and on one battery I found this, and I was like, wow, one battery is not charging. So at this point I wasn't really sure why it wasn't charging. First thing I did was I changed the wiring. So I had it in a parallel setup. So now I've got it going through these breakers and through bus bars. And all the wires are the same length. So the circuit breakers allow you, if you have problems with one battery, you don't lose the whole bank. Like the other way I had it wired, just in parallel, you'd lose the whole bank if one went out. And now I won't. So I recharged everything. You can see those are old breakers. I got rid of those and bought those other ones. It still wasn't charging all the way. So I have a Victron charger, a small one, a 15 amp. And so I charged it up with that, and that one battery took a charge. You can see here it was charging at 15 amps. So now I have all the batteries. I went and charged all the batteries and let them rest for a day. And I got them all, look, they're exactly the same at 13.3. So I also discharged it again, and then I tried the solar setup. And some things I discovered about the solar is that with this setup, it takes 2 days to recharge those batteries. And this is in July, so there's lots of sun. But you can see the most I got was 555 watts out of these 200 watt panels. So the angle's set up pretty good. I'll have to go double check that, but I did check that out when I set it up previously. And so I started thinking maybe I'm having a problem with this Xantrex. But why would one battery not charge and the other three did? And so when I charged them all up and discharged them again, the next time it went to charge them, I checked the amp draw this time. And they're all a little bit different, except for this one battery. 0. Why is this one battery not taking a charge? I talked to Xantrex and SOK when I set this up originally. They said to set it to 80 amps, which I did, and I thought it was working good. But this confused me, so I thought I had a battery issue, and I contacted SOK, and at first I thought they were going to replace the BMS, but I don't think they're going to now. So then I thought, well, I won't discharge it all the way, and let's see if the Xantrex will charge it. So once again, you can see here, this is at the 80 amp rate. Xantrex wanted me to raise it to 150 amps. That didn't make a difference. Then I tried 20 amps because I thought maybe it was kicking out, that the BMS was shutting off that one battery. And you can see here, they're all 13.5 except for one. So I don't think SOK is going to do anything else to help me out with this. I'm still waiting on another response, but I'm still kind of leaning towards the Xantrex. It might be both. They also had me check the cells, so I opened it up, and all the cells are exactly the same. So at this point they said it's not the BMS, and I'm like, why is it reading different than all the other batteries? So I'm waiting for that response. So a few things I'll mention is I did swap the batteries around, so I put them in different positions, no change. I swapped the breakers. The best amp hour I saw was 355, but it averaged a little bit lower than that. But it seemed to charge okay with the Victron charger or with the solar charger. So after I finished the video, I kept thinking about the email I got from SOK saying it was a connection issue, and I checked all the connections inside the battery, and I discharged it again, not all the way this time, and charged it back up, and you can see that battery. I moved it to a different position, so it's got different wires, and made sure all the connections were tight, and you can see it's drawing 2 amps less than the other batteries, and I'm still short my 100%. And then I let it rest for a while, and you can see it's a 0.5 volt low. So I really think there's an issue with that battery, and that's why I'm not getting, closer to 400 amps. I think I average about 350. So if you have any ideas, let me know. That's it for this one, and we'll see you next time.